It is truly a difficult and unpleasant task to be the individual who has to deliver this news to you. But the reality is that there are certain times when our dogs do not actually feel the same level of intense love for us that we believe they do in our own minds. While it might frequently seem as though they absolutely adore every aspect of our existence, the cold truth of the matter is that they might simply be tolerating our presence in their lives. If you have ever found yourself wanting to know for certain if that is the specific case with your own dog, then you should definitely stick around. I am going to share 10 very clear and distinct signs that your dog might not be as emotionally attached to you as you originally thought. However, I want to urge you not to stress out too much about this information. Recognizing these behavioral signs is actually the very first step toward building a much better and more profound bond with your furry friend. After all, you simply cannot fix a situation or a relationship unless you are first aware that a problem exists in the first place. You should pay very close attention to the way your dog chooses to sleep when you are in their immediate vicinity, as this can tell you a significant amount about how comfortable they truly feel when they are with you. Sleeping is a naturally vulnerable time for any dog, regardless of their breed or size. If your pup feels completely safe, happy, and at ease, they will likely choose to sleep on their side, or perhaps even on their back, which leaves their belly fully exposed. That is a very clear and undeniable sign that they have total trust in their environment and the people who are currently in it. However, if your dog remains rigid and stiff, avoids lying on their side, or goes out of their way to keep their belly hidden when you're around, they might be feeling uneasy or insecure. Sometimes they will even keep their head raised off the ground or keep their eyes wide open, staying ready to react to anything. If your dog frequently makes a point of leaving the room the moment you enter it, it might be a sign that they are not feeling particularly comfortable or safe in your presence. Just like we as humans sometimes want to avoid being around people who make us feel uneasy or tense, dogs have a very strong natural instinct to create physical distance when they are feeling uncomfortable. It is essentially their own way of communicating that they need their personal space. But before you start jumping to any negative conclusions, you should keep in mind that this specific behavior could also indicate that your dog is feeling unwell or is under the weather. If this becomes a regular occurrence in your home, it is a very good idea to schedule a checkup with your veterinarian to rule out health issues. A dog's eyes can reveal an incredible amount of information about their internal state. They can show deep love, intense curiosity, and even a little bit of clever manipulation when they are trying to get something specific from you. But if your dog consistently avoids looking you directly in the eyes and seems to back away every single time you try to make eye contact, that is a pretty clear sign that something is off in your relationship. Dogs often avoid direct eye contact as a way to reduce social tension and steer clear of any potential conflicts. This behavior could mean your dog does not feel at ease or simply does not trust you enough quite yet. Understanding this is key because it serves as a signal that you need to work on the way you interact with your furry companion. It might be a very hard thing for you to accept, but sometimes dogs naturally gravitate towards someone else in the household much more than they do toward you. Just like people, dogs have their own favorites, and if you are not currently at the top of that list, it is important to take the time to figure out why that might be. If you notice your dog is happily snuggling up to someone else but is shying away from your touch, it is time to reflect on how you are interacting with them. Are you truly respecting their personal boundaries? Are you petting them in a way that they actually enjoy? Sometimes even making very small adjustments to your behavior can make a massive difference. Watch how others interact with your dog and take notes, as there is a good chance you will learn something useful. Here is something absolutely critical for every dog owner to understand. Training a dog is not just about teaching them to follow specific commands. It is actually about building a lifelong bond that is based on trust and mutual respect. If your dog starts consistently ignoring your instructions, it is worth considering the underlying reason why. A dog's willingness to obey usually comes from a strong and healthy relationship. When that bond begins to weaken, you might see them acting indifferent or even outright ignoring you. This is especially common with rescue dogs who are still in the process of adjusting to their new surroundings. If that is your situation, focus on spending quality time together. It is amazing how much progress you can make just by being present and making your dog feel loved and secure. Dogs, by their very nature, almost never turn down a tasty snack, especially when that snack is coming from someone they care about. So if your dog is ignoring the treats you are offering, it is time to figure out what is going on. This kind of behavior often happens at the vet's office. For instance, after a dog gets a shot, it is common for them to refuse treats from the vet because they associate that person with discomfort or stress. If your dog is refusing treats from you, the first thing you should do is check if they will accept food from someone else. If they happily take treats from others but consistently reject yours, the issue might be with how they feel about you. However, be cautious if your dog refuses treats no matter who is offering them, as this could indicate a serious health issue and it is time for an urgent trip to the vet. One of the clearest signs that you are actually your dog's favorite person is when they constantly try to sleep in your room, or even better, right on your bed with you. Dogs, as the descendants of wolves, naturally crave the companionship and the protection of their pack. In today's world, you are their pack leader. So if your dog does not even make an attempt to sleep in the same room as you, it is worth paying attention to the kind of relationship you have. Of course, every dog has their own unique personality, and some might be more independent than others. But in general, most dogs want to be near their owners at night because it makes them feel safe and secure. If this resonates with your situation, keep an eye out for other signs, as you might find your relationship isn't as strong as you thought. You might not know this, but the specific direction in which your dog wags their tail can say a lot about how they are feeling. Let me break it down for you. If you notice your dog's tail tilts more to the left when you are nearby, it is a red flag. Studies have shown that this specific tail movement can indicate feelings of fear, anxiety, or distrust. This behavior is common in situations where dogs feel uncertain or when they are around someone who seems overly dominant or unfamiliar to them. On the flip side, if their tail wags more to the right, it is a sign of happiness, affection, and calmness. Paying attention to subtle details like this can give you valuable insight into your dog's emotional state. If your dog wagging their tail to the left is a bad sign, then not wagging it at all when they see you is just as concerning. A dog's tail is very much like an emotional thermometer. A happy dog that loves you will wag their tail enthusiastically the moment you walk through the door. So, if your dog's tail stays completely still when they see you, it could mean something is wrong. A motionless tail might indicate that your dog is nervous, uncomfortable, or even scared in your presence. Petting your dog is not just a way to show affection. It is also a way to strengthen your bond and reduce stress for both of you. So, if your dog consistently moves away or avoids your touch, it is a clear sign that something is not right in your relationship. As painful as this can be, do not take it personally. Instead, see it as an opportunity to improve your connection. When a dog avoids being touched, it often means they are feeling anxious or stressed. But don't worry, earning a dog's trust and love is often easier than it seems. The key is not to force the relationship. Give your dog the space they need and allow them to feel safe at their own pace. Stick to your normal routines and let things unfold naturally. Over time, you will notice your dog starting to approach you more as they begin to feel comfortable. Be mindful of avoiding sudden movements or anything that might startle them. You can also create positive associations with your presence by taking them on fun walks or playing with their favorite toy. With that, we have covered all 10 signs that your dog might not love you as much as you thought. But remember, recognizing these signs is the first step to turning things around. Now, if you are as obsessed with your furry friend as I am with mine, stick around because there is another video waiting for you right here on the screen. Just tap on it to dive into more fun and heartwarming facts about your dog. Go ahead, your pup might even be curious to watch it with you. If these insights have changed the way you look at your bond with your four-legged companion, please make sure to subscribe and like the channel. We are dedicated to uncovering the hidden truths of the animal world that many people overlook. Start nurturing a better future for you and your pet today. Our next guide to understanding your dog's secret language will be arriving very soon.